I just want to make it clear that I wasn't able to get consent from the students' parents to be on video, so I am teaching to an empty classroom. For this lesson, hopefully for the next lesson, I will be able to get the consent forms in time, back from the parents in time. Okay? So this is a lesson that I will teach to the class. So I have predicted some responses, and that's kind of how I'm going to facilitate this lesson in the video. All right? All right, class. So we're going to be going over chapter 13 and out of my mind today. We have already read chapter 13 2 times. It has been read to you, and you read it independently in groups. So we're going to work on some multiple choice questions today, and then we're going to have a short answer response that I want you to work on independently. Okay? So before we start, I wanted to just do a recap of chapter 13. All right? So my friend Angelica, what happened in chapter 13? Right. So where did they go? Good. And what happens at the aquarium? Good. Good. What about you, Michael? What happened in the chapter? Good. Yeah, they were on break. Okay. Okay. That's right. Anything else happen that you can remember? All right, good. And then what would happen next? What happened after that? Great. All right, we're in a good place. So I'm going to give you these worksheets. I'm going to read the questions off to you. We're going to do the first one together. All right? And then I want you to do the next 3 questions independently. Okay? So number 1. Where does Penny say she's going when she dresses up? And this is about Penny. Who remembers who Penny is? Right, her little sister. So where does Penny say she's going when she dresses up? We're not sure? Okay. What does it say right here? Page 114. Good. So let's check page 114. All right, I'm going to read it aloud, and I want you to stop when you hear the answer. Miss V scoops her up and brings her back into the house. Going to work, Penny pouts. Not today, honey buns, Miss V says firmly. Oh, you found it? You got it? What's the answer? You're right, going to work. All right, so we have the questions here, and we have the tools. We have our book, and we have the page numbers next to these questions. So if we don't know an answer, we can go back to the page number, and we can read it to find our answer. All right? Okay, I'm going to read the next 3 questions to you, and then I want you to work on them independently. What would Melody draw? Number 2, what would Melody draw if she could draw? A bird, a rose, velvet, or Penny? All right, don't answer yet. Number 3. We're going to do this independently, remember? Number 3. Where do Melody, her family, and Rose go during Thanksgiving break? The zoo, the park, the aquarium. All right? Who confronts Molly and Claire when they are being mean? Penny, Mom, Dad, or Miss V? All right? So we're going to work on 2, 3, and 4 independently, and then I want you to freeze. Put your pencils up. I'm going to show you how to do 5. Okay? We're going to start that one together, but I want you to do 2, 3, and 4 independently. All right. You have a question? Angelica? You don't know. You're confused. Okay, what are you confused about? You don't know the answer? Okay. Well, where are we going to go? Page 115. You're right. So open up your book. Page 115. All right. It looks like you have a section of this underlined already. It might be the answer, it might not. But that might be a good place to start reading, right? All right, so start reading that part. All right. Michael, you have a question? You got it? All right. Good. Pencils up. Wow, that was great. We all finished 2, 3, and 4 independently. That's awesome. Give yourself a pat on the back. All right, so number 5. This is what we're going to do next. This is a short answer question. I know that we've practiced these before. I put it together in a table to separate it more easily for you, okay? So it's not just lines on a paper, all right? The first question we're going to do together. What does Melody think after Rose reacts the way she did to Molly and Claire? What does Melody think? What does Melody think after Rose reacts the way she did to Molly and Claire? We don't have a page number for this one. Do we remember where this happened in the chapter? Yeah, right. Towards the end. Good. So that's a section that we can look for. Good. Do we know the answer? Melody's upset. Okay, maybe. Yeah. What makes you think that? Because Molly and Claire came. Okay. Good. Good. All right. So we're going to restate the question. We're going to remember this anchor chart we made last time? Restating the question. So we cross out the question words, and then we restate the rest of the question. We're going to do this one together. Okay? Where does Penny say she's going when she dresses up? Where does Penny say she's going when she dresses up? What are we going to cross out? Delta? Where? Good. Does Penny say she's going when she dresses up? Is that still a question? Yeah, kind of. Does that sentence make sense? Not really. Should we cross out something else? Does. Good. Penny says she's going when she dresses up. Does that still make sense? Not really? So, right. We can say Penny says she's going. Good. That's our sentence starter. Very good job, friends. So that's how we're going to start our first answer. Okay? I want you to restate the question and then answer. What does Melody think after Rose reacts the way she did to Molly and Claire? Question, Michael? You don't know. Okay, that's fine. Well, we talked about where this was in the chapter, right? At the end? All right. I'm going to read. Where do you think it is? You said the end. What page? 120? 121? Okay. Why don't I start at the bottom of 120? You can stop me if you hear it, okay? But I want you to work on that part independently, okay? Some people get braces on their teeth. Some get braces on their legs. For others, braces don't work, so they need wheelchairs and walkers and such. You're a lucky girl that you only had messed up teeth. Remember that. That's Miss V talking, remember? Yes, ma'am, Claire says again. Then she scurries off to join her friends. Rose walks back to us, then a little embarrassed, I think. Claire can be so clueless, she whispers to me. You think? After a few more tanks, Penny gets tired and starts to whine. So we leave the aquarium before we even get to see the penguins. We take Rose home and she thanks us properly. And she says she had a real good time. But did she? Right. She questions that. But why? Why does she question that? Because Claire and Molly showed up? Okay. Alright, so let's answer that question. Pencils up when you're done. Pencils up when you're done. Complete sentences. Put a period at the end. Good. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cite the evidence. What does cite the evidence mean? Right. We're going to take words from the book, right? They're not going to be our words. They're going to be the exact words from the book. And what are we going to put around that sentence? Quotation marks. Very good. So we talked about where we found the quote in the book. Where did we find the quote in the book? At the end of the chapter. So I want you to go to the end of the chapter. We just read it. And I want you to find that page. Okay? And find that quote. You might already have it underlined. Make sure it makes sense. And we're going to put the page number. Whenever we cite the page number. Cite the page number. Right? And this is how we write it. Page, and then the number, whatever number it is. So it might be 120, it might be 130. That's what we're going to cite, okay? That's how we're going to cite it. Quotation marks and the page number. All right, pencils up when we're done. If we're not done at the same time, it's okay. Can work with both of you. All right, good. Do you need any help, Michael? What do you need help with? Okay. Well, you got it. You're pointing at it. That's the quote. Yeah, you know the answer already. What do you mean you don't know what to do? Okay. So what did Melanie think Rose feels? Okay. Yeah, you got it. And where did you find that? Right there. So you just need to write that down. Yeah. And then afterwards, write page 120. Okay? Good. You got it. Page 120. I have it up here. All right. Jellica. So we're at the explain portion. Explain and elaborate. Elaborate means the same as explain. It just means talk more about your idea, okay? So in the explain portion, we're going to talk about our answer and the quote, and we're going to explain a little more, okay? So why do you think Melody thinks that Rose maybe didn't have fun, right? That's what we're going to talk about. What's an idea that you have? Right, because Molly and Claire came. And she what? She mumbled them. Yeah. What is mumbled? Mumbled means kind of like whisper a little bit. Whisper's a little different. Mumbled is like under your breath. Like she mumbled, just like that. So she was talking, she saw Molly and Claire and she was talking to them. What do you think? Maybe she was embarrassed. Yeah, that could be it. Write that down. All right. How you doing, Michael? Good? Good. All right, we're down to our last portion now. This is summarize. We're going to summarize. So we're going to take a little bit from each part, from each section that we wrote about. Okay? So when we summarize, we use every part of the paragraph. Okay? So we answer the question in our own words. Then we're going to explain our answer. It doesn't have to be as long as the first explanation. Okay? It can be a shorter sentence. We don't need to rewrite the whole thing, right? So we're going to answer the question, explain your answer, and then you can end with an inference or a new idea, a prediction of what might happen next, right? Or maybe how Melody might feel. So you can end with that, okay? So that's what we're going to do. We already have this information on our paper. We just need to use it, okay? We just need to use it. So number one, we're just going to answer the question again. We're going to explain your answer just a little bit shorter than before. We don't need to cite the evidence again because we already did. But we can end with a new idea, a prediction, or an inference. Remember what an inference is? Yeah, it's like an educated guess. So it's like an opinion of what might happen next, an inference, or what is happening. So you can kind of predict how Melody feels right now, even though she might not be saying it, right? Exactly. All right. Answer question, explain your answer, end with a new idea. Okay? And then we have some sentence starters. Would we like some sentence starters? Yes. Awesome. So we have to summarize. In conclusion, what's another one that you like to use a lot? All in all, right? All in all. In summary, to summarize in summary. All right, I think we have enough. Whew. In summary, to summarize. In conclusion, all in all. So we're going to use these sentence starters for the summary. How are we doing over here? Good? Okay, what's your question, Michael? Yep. You're going to restate it. You're going to restate your question. Just like we did before. We already did the work. So you have, what, 2-3 sentences here? Okay. You don't need to write all that. Okay? So keep that really short. What's the main part of this? What's your main answer? Melody thinks that maybe... Okay. That's your answer. Good. Good, good, good. Melody thinks that maybe Rose did not have fun. Okay. Leave it at that. That's a good summary. Okay? We have our evidence from the text. We're going to explain. Okay? Why? Because Rose mumbled to Molly and Claire. And then Melody said, but she did. Did she? Good, okay. Jalika, you got it? What are you confused about? You already have this written. You already have it down. All right, so just like I said to Michael, you have this part. You don't need to write all of these sentences. You can just write one. So what's the main answer here? Melody what? Melody asked, but did she have fun? Okay. So Melody wonders if she had fun. Okay, that's perfect. We leave it at that. It's a good sentence. All right. And then in the explain part, we're going to take a little bit out of here. Why does she wonder that? Because Rose mumbled. Okay. And then Melody asked. Melody, right? Okay, so Rose said she had fun. Then Melody asked, but did she? Okay, good. Good. And now what's like another sentence that we could say after? Rose might be worried that Melody didn't have fun. Perfect. Or Melody might be worried that Rose didn't have fun. Perfect. Good. Michael, how we doing? Have any questions? All right, we got one sentence down. We have our answer. Melody thinks that maybe Rose did not have fun. Okay. Good. What else? I know you don't want to write, but we're almost done. You're doing great. You're both doing great. Melody thinks that Rose maybe didn't have fun because Claire and Melody are mean. Okay, there we go. Good. And then Melody asked, but did she? Great. So you're actually using your citation a little bit shorter. That's perfect. That's amazing. And then can you make any inferences? Maybe how Melody feels or what will happen next? Good. Perfect. And now you're all done. So I just want you to take a couple minutes and check for the beginnings of your sentences capitalized? Are there periods at the end? And are they complete sentences? Okay? So first, are your sentences capitalized? Look at your sentences. Number 1. Good? Okay. Are there periods at the end? Good. Good. Do they make sense? Think about them. Do they make sense? They do? Good. All right, friends. You are all done with chapter 13, multiple choice and short answer. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Good job today. Good job. Okay. For the record, I did use names just to help me pretend like I'm addressing a student, but the names were completely fake. I don't have either student of that. I don't have any students of those two names. I just use them for the sake of the lesson.